FuzzJockRadio.
I do think we actually swung the bats pretty decently. We hit some balls good. Caleb gets his first home run, which is a pretty sweet. I thought we had good at bats.
I think there's a lot to come, a lot to be taken out of this game positive. In addition to a lot of things we can do better.
We're gonna talk about that. Real like hockey questions, right?
Yeah, sure. FuzzJockRadio.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're here. Yep. Yeah, we're here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. They're back. Yeah, they're back as well. Yep.
Yeah.
C-Dubs, get over here. Get over here, C-Dubs.
I'm back. Hello, I'm back. Hello, thank you, audience.
Yeah, C-Dubs is very funny. We know that audience. But we have a show to get to, and that show is FuzzJockRadio, and we're just gonna get.
Hello.
We're gonna get right to it. I just need to take a breath.
Why is that,
settle down.
Fuzz?
Well, we have a lot.
So much.
We have a lot to get over. Not get over. Get to. We have a lot to get to, so we're gonna get right to it. Because there's just so much stuff.
Was like a ton or
I was just gonna say that there's like a ton of things. There's a ton of things to get to. Well, not literally a ton of things.
Yeah.
Because we'd need a forklift or something to.
It's all about your perspective.
It is about perspective, isn't it? But at the same time, no matter what perspective you have, because are we going to get into this too? Like how
There's so much to get into, though.
We got a lot to get into.
Because perspective is relative. But what I'm saying, right? Is that correct? The
But then our
perspective of
relatives
relativity
also have perspectives, which are relative perspectives.
Most of our relatives have a lot of weirder perspectives.
Is Albert Einstein one of those relatives?
Eventually.
What? So, no matter what perspective that you're looking into or what relative's perspective you're not looking into, the amount of stuff that we have to go through is quite a bit.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah, I think that went pretty well.
We won. We did it.
So we'll get right into it, like right away, because there's just way too much things. Wait, I
got a question.
What's that?
You said we have a ton.
A ton, yeah.
Do we have a short ton or a megaton?
What's the difference between a short ton and a megaton?
A megaton is like explosives.
Oh, yeah.
And a short ton is like 907 kilograms.
Okay.
So there's a big difference between a short ton and a megaton.
Well, that's a really good question.
What about a
Is it
peloton?
explosive stuff we're getting to, or just a lot of stuff?
Well, like a lot of things.
Yeah.
Like a lot of information all at once that could probably fill at least a 7 terabyte database. And actually, 7 terabytes is not not a lot anymore. Do you guys remember when 1 megabyte was a lot, and that was like just a full hard drive?
Remember when you'd have a whole case full of hard drives, and that was a terabyte.
Well,
but it had to be a whole case.
Well, how big were floppy drives? Those actually floppy disks. How remember those floppy disks?
Only a couple megabytes, probably.
2 megabytes, maybe.
I hate the word megabytes.
Why do you hate the word megabytes?
I just don't want to hear it anymore.
Why? Megabyte?
Is
it one of your, like, some people don't like the word moist?
Well, I think it's more just like I hear mega with a bit of an accent,
like Megatron,
like a sound,
like Megatron.
Like sometimes it doesn't sound like you're saying mega. It sounds.
Oh, I think we're going on a tangent here, guys.
We said no tangents.
No tangents because we have a lot of stuff to get to, and that stuff that we need to get to is very, very pertinent. So we will we'll start right here. And the way that we start the show is introducing.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Yeah, we gotta start off by taking a break. We'll be right back.
Oh.
Well, no. Wrong button. I didn't have that lined
Going
up.
to break? I want to know what's happening. How are we going to break now?
No, Eli, we're not going to break. We don't have breaks.
That's not what we do.
I've done that before though.
I think this bit's going a little.
I do.
A little forward, guys. This is FuzzJockRadio.
You ever do that?
Maybe we should just restart. Everything.
No. What the audience doesn't know is this is the 4th time we've started tonight.
Rewind.
Okay. This is FuzzJockRadio.
Hello.
FuzzJockRadio.
We are your premier sports entertainment show on Fuzz Talk Radio, and I am one of your hosts named Fuzzy.
Hey, Fuzzy.
And we have another host here in Mankato, Minnesota.
Is it me?
Named
Is it
well, no,
James?
your name's not me.
It's
James.
but
You gotta let the
There's an
audience know
M-E
what
in
your name
Mez.
is.
Whoa.
So it's like
Whoa.
I'm me plus Jay-Z.
Are you me plus or you me squared?
I'm me in a Jay-Z.
Well, that would be
Whoa.
me squared, I think.
Well, kind of.
Yeah. And then the other
We got
host
another one.
that connects the 3 dots together, and you guys were laughing at the jokes earlier. C-Dubs is back. C-Dubs.
I use physical humor. I'm C-Dubs.
I love
Physical
your
humor is
physical
perfect
humor.
for a podcast.
And I've missed you so much, C-Dubs.
I thought
No,
you.
I missed you guys too.
No, I actually thought you hurt yourself when you fell over that stair. So
I might
Nah,
have.
dude, this guy does like triple nollies. Okay,
yeah.
he's fine. He does stair sets in his sleep.
Want to see me do a double backflip?
Double backflip, triple nollie. He did it.
And whoa, you just flicked us off.
Okay.
Double backflip.
So much to get into.
We do have so much to get into. So should we just keep going or should we rewind?
No, we got to start over again.
Rewind.
Once again, this is. Oh no, not
Hello.
not once again.
No, start over.
Well, this is FuzzJockRadio,
Hi.
your internet radio station. No.
Mhm.
No,
No, start again.
Well, this is FuzzJockRadio, your premier sports entertainment
Rewind.
This is FuzzJockRadio, your sports entertainment podcast on FuzzJockRadio. We currently are live.
Yo, this is the podcast.
This is FuzzJockRadio, your premier radio.
Rewind.
We are
This
your
is-
premiere.
This
Listen to everything we say.
This is FuzzJockRadio, your sports entertainment radio show on Fuzz Talk Radio. We are currently live right after the Monday Night Football game with your host, Fuzzy,
J-Mez.
and
C-Dubs.
We are so live.
wow. And now we have a lot to get to, so we'll get right to it. How was your...
Wait.
What?
Do you remember that time we had to restart the show a whole bunch?
Rewind.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too. That was pretty neat. Okay, so we do have a lot to get to. All jokes aside, even though we weren't.
We
really
got so many jokes to get to yet. You guys.
How was your week, C-Dubs? Or actually 2 weeks. You haven't been here for the
Yeah, I had
last
2
2
weeks.
We had did you see that did you hear
Yes.
that we had
I
J-Mo's
tuned
here?
into the show.
Yeah.
I
I
love
was working.
J-Mo's. I'd missed him so much. That was a lot of fun.
We're going to have J-Mo's back again
Very soon.
sooner than later.
Yeah.
Because did you know that we only had him on once?
What?
Yeah, that was
I thought he was on twice.
that was surprising
Yeah,
to us
weird.
too. But
Maybe it's just we've tried so many times, but he's such a sought-after celebrity.
That's what we concluded. So,
Yeah, busy schedule.
so how was your last 2 weeks?
They were good. We've been preparing for postseason, even though it's not even October. So
Oh
that's
yeah,
been nice.
yeah. So you've been working pretty hard with the
Yes.
Dodge. Can you call? do
And
you
they're making
call
me
them
work
the
late
Do-
now.
Do you call them the Dodge?
The
That's what I
I
like.
call
to
him the Doge.
The Doge.
No, I don't call him either.
James, how was your week? Yeah. That's
good
really
week.
nice. Yeah.
Sorry, his allergies
a lot
are
going
acting
on.
up. Zorbazite.
It is allergy season.
I did. Yeah.
I use Flonase to clear up my nose. I'm not sponsored, but it works for me.
You'll have to excuse me. The allergies did hit me this weekend pretty hard. So I'm kind of dealing with some phlegm. But other
I
than
still
that,
think it's some allergies.
I got together with family and we took some family photos. The cool thing, I got to see my brother who lives far away, so he only kind of
Nice.
shows up in person every few years or so. So
Well, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Family's always good to get to, or hang out with. Get to. I'm thinking about all the topics that we have to get to.
so many,
It's on your mind.
so many family to get to.
Yeah, it's always good to see the family.
Yeah, so I did some family stuff. So there's a lot of energy there, of seeing people I missed, and then also kind of, mostly just focusing on my son, seeing all of his extended family.
Oh.
So, it was a busy whirlwind of a lot of stuff going on with family,
Yeah.
as is the case. I don't know if you can relate to family get together whirlwind style.
Not a whole
Uh,
lot. No, because the family's always here. Basically, there's just three of us, and then like it's really weird. Like lately, I've been looking at pictures of the entire family together, and it's just me, my two sisters, my mom and dad, my grandma, their 6 kids, 6 kids, and
We got so much family.
and then one brother-in-law, and I look at the pictures and I'm like, always like when we're live together, outside of a picture, but like actually live together, hanging out and stuff.
Yeah.
It feels like there's a lot more of us. But then when I look at the picture that we're in, when we're not hanging out together live, it just seems. It seems like there's not a whole lot of us. It's like, wow, it's like I look at the picture and I'm like, wow, we can all fit in this little picture.
Yeah.
And it's really neat.
I think it's all relative how your relatives are.
Yeah, are we going into
If you have a lot of
Albert
them.
Einstein relativity?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
lots of relatives and lots of their perspectives.
Yeah.
it's really neat. So yeah, I haven't in my relativeness of families. I have a small family. Because there's only 5 of us, all like the immediate family. This week.
How was your week?
It was all right. I think. Well, maybe. I think it was all right. Maybe. Yeah.
That sounds really confident.
I think it was.
I believe you.
think it was all right. I think it was all right.
All right.
Do you know it though?
Do I?
Or do you just think it?
Do I know if I think? Do I know if I think that it's my week was all right, or do I know that I thought that my week
Do you
was
think
okay?
that you know?
Do I think that I know?
You know
Yeah. Or do you know that you think?
I don't know. I'm not really
Third
sure.
base.
However, I did watch some. I watched some shows. They were pretty good. Pretty good. I would check them out.
yeah.
The shows are on those streaming services.
Oh, I do that.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
streaming
yeah.
services. I mean, I could talk about the shows that we
Dude, there's so many shows
that
we can talk
that
about.
I watched.
This is a tangent podcast.
It's not a tangent podcast. This is
you sure?
No, it is a sports podcast.
Oh yeah, let's do some sports.
It is. I got some. Well, I did get some feedback from one of the FuzzJockers out there.
Okay.
And they said that they enjoyed listening to what we had going on in our days.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
So I don't know if that is included in this
That's beautiful.
right now, but
That's
we
beautiful.
do have a lot to get to.
I don't know. We should extend this
Baseball is
segment.
fun again in Minnesota.
Whoa, did I push the sounder too soon?
No, we're in it now.
Well,
We're in it. Yeah, it's too late.
We're in it
We're in it.
because it's not a tangent podcast.
We're in
We
it.
should just add a tangent segment.
We'd kind of have a tangent segment. If you get to the end of the episode, we talk about what's going to happen.
I like that. If. Yeah.
Well, you never know. You never know. You might have a pot of spaghetti to take care of.
Yeah. Well, we are in it, but
When
you
you're
know,
listening.
you want to know who's not in it?
Who?
Well, I think I want to start with some bad news here. Is that the Twins are not in it?
No.
Yeah. So
been a week.
baseball is not fun in Minnesota necessarily.
It's been a week.
Oh,
since,
boy.
We were very optimistic last week. We were 7 games out last week.
Yeah.
I re-listened to the podcast, and man, we were like, we got it.
Yeah.
We're totally
I
got
mean,
it, and you're telling us that we're not. We
no,
don't.
we're done.
We're done.
We're done.
We're done.
Yeah. No. We
We
are.
have a couple more games left.
We have like 6 or 8 or 9 games.
Eight or
9
nine
games.
games, Charles.
2 more
Yeah.
series for sure, at least.
Yeah.
Two
no,
more
we're going.
series for sure.
We got 6 against the White Sox and 3 against the Royal
so we're
Detroit
not-
again.
So we're
I
not
don't know.
done.
No.
So like, what happens? What happens if Detroit, or like Chicago and the Cleveland? Those are the ones that are ahead of us right now. What if they all lose?
Well, Cleveland clinched.
Oh, they clinched.
They won the division.
Well,
Yeah.
what
and
is
we're for sure
what
eliminated
is
from division
two-
race, and our wild card elimination number was at 1.
for the listeners out there that don't know, what does clinched mean?
Means that they've reached the magic number, which the magic number is how many games there are until they've either won the division or made the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, some people they
They've
think the word
clinched
clinched, and they're like, "Oh, I
a
gotta
playoff
go
berth.
to the bathroom. Or
Yeah,
gotta
see,
stop."
that's why we gotta explain.
Dude, yeah.
So it means that they, for sure, no matter what, if they lose all of their games, they're still going to the playoffs because they have the correct amount of wins to be able to go to the playoffs compared relative to the teams that are playing against them.
Compete with you.
Yes, they have.
Okay.
They are. The Cleveland Guardians are your 2002 American League Central Division champions.
2022.
2002 and 2.
2022.
That's what it said.
They're one of the youngest teams to clinch a division.
No,
Wow.
and they've been playing so
Yeah.
hot too.
Youngest
especially
team
this
as in
last
his
month.
players collectively, their amount of
Yep.
years that are on their body.
And I saw a stat. All the youngest teams
That is age. Yes. Nice.
have gone really deep in the playoffs, but only 2 of them have ever won the World Series.
Okay.
We'll go.
And then one of them was the amazing Mets.
Okay.
Nice. We'll go Cleveland.
So that's why I hear this guy outside
Is it-
yelling.
League's canceled.
Yeah, I think you know who I'm talking about. Let me open up the window over here.
League's canceled. League's canceled.
I mean, not for him. He's going to the playoffs.
He's going. Well, he's just mocking the Twins.
Yeah.
There's
There's a lot of old Twins that are going to the playoffs this year
good.
that are not on.
See,
Rosario.
Rosario's going to the playoffs. Odorizzi's
Yeah,
going to the
see?
playoffs.
See, Rocco.
Kyle Gibson
Rocco-
might go to the playoffs.
Rocco had a lot to do with that, right?
Yeah, kinda.
Like he helped coach them to become good players on different teams.
Yeah.
Can I say that? Maybe.
I don't know, man. There's
You
a
can
lot.
say it.
I think there's a lot in question with the Minnesota Twins organization and their future because, as it stands,
How
the
long
month
is-
of September, the Twins' record in September is the worst in the entire league.
Ooh.
Yeah, nobody has lost more games in the month of September
Then the Twins.
and won as little games in the month of September 2022
Co-
as your Minnesota Twins.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Last year we were we chasing the record for the most losses in a season?
Almost.
So we almost got 2 records.
Yeah.
Huh? Huh?
It was pretty close.
Yeah. Maybe.
I mean, not the kind that we want.
So Rocco's chasing after those records.
Dude, I don't
I
know.
can say it. What's going on?
I think
There's
I
a
think
lot
it's
of people
the
just
definition
questioning
of the dog days of summer.
What the
Yeah.
what?
I mean, it is September/August. You know.
Yeah.
That is the considerably the hottest days of the year.
The dog days?
Yeah, the dog days
Like the hottest?
are the hottest days.
So like temperature.
Well, they're also
So it's like the dog days. You're dogging it through.
Like you feel like okay.
Yeah, what do
like
you
a
think?
Trudge.
Would you think that the dog days of summer means
I don't know, like some sweepstakes
with dogs
for dogs,
Yeah.
like running a race around a baseball field.
Well, like dogs really like summer
Yeah,
because they get to be outside.
they should
They-
let
they get to
dogs at
play
the baseball
in,
field.
They get to play in the sprinklers. Have you seen a dog play in sprinklers before? It's
They
pretty.
bite at it like this.
It's pretty majestic. Yeah, that biting at the sprinkler. They jump through it. They get to hang out in their outside doghouse and then look at trees and eat dog bones during the dog days of summers. That's why they call it that, because it's the dog's love.
Well, it's also in baseball. It's when you know if you're out or in, and if you're out, it sucks to play baseball. So it just drags on. It's the
Oh yeah,
worst part of the season.
I suppose if you are out of the playoffs, doesn't mean that you get to just stop playing games. You still
Nope.
have like what did you say, 2 weeks, 3 weeks of games
Yeah, something like
left?
2 weeks.
Which means that's like 14 games at least, maybe 20, depending on if
It's a
there's a doubleheader or not. Right?
And it's been getting so bad. A Pirates player recently was eating seeds, like sunflower seeds, during a play and not competing.
Like what? Did he miss a ball?
So, no. So he's playing third base, and the play is like a double or something like that. So the guy just runs past third, is running home. So the third baseman's like, they're not going to throw it to me. So he just starts pulling out a bag of seeds and eating them while the guy's running past him on the field, and the ball is going the other way.
Did he get fined for that?
I have no clue. I just saw the video and laughed.
Wow.
Why do you do that?
Because he doesn't
The
have
caption
anything
for
to
it
play
said,
for.
"This is your Pittsburgh Pirates."
He doesn't have anything to play for. He's
and
just
that
gonna
team,
stand
and
there play
that's a
some-
team that has a better record in September than the Twins.
Wow.
Yes.
Whoa. Way to put that in a relative perspective of what we're talking about.
So
So,
what? The Twins have had a season, man.
yeah.
Since the All-Star break, it's been anything
Another
that
season.
can go wrong has gone wrong.
And next week we get to talk about them a little bit more.
Oh boy.
So from here on out, I would like to make a pact
Okay.
that since we know that we're going to be out of the playoffs, we will talk positively about what we have in the future. Yes, we should have compassion for the loss that we're dealing with.
Well,
But they'll hold hold that loss and hold it tight and know that it felt really bad. It feels really bad, right? And then make a decision. If do we keep feeling bad about them not making the playoffs, or do we decide to move on? If we decide to keep feeling bad about it, that's okay, because we need to give ourselves a little bit of compassion for the loss. But eventually, we will be able to be like, okay, we have a future to look forward to. There are good things that happened this last season, and maybe it's time to move on.
I can think of some good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Kenta Maeda.
Does he play for the Twins anymore?
He will.
Okay. Jameis?
I don't know. I just had a train of thought, man, and
Did it derail?
No, I'm sorry. Sorry. Some very positive things that are happening in Major League Baseball is Pujols is winning 700. 700 years old
700
now.
home runs.
he's 700.
Oh,
home runs.
He's hit almost 700 home runs. And for the
4
listeners
people have done that.
that don't know, 4 people have done that?
Only 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's counting him.
Including
so there's
him.
3 other people. Only 3 other people have done that.
Wow.
Yeah.
A home run is when you hit the ball when a baseball batter, right?
Batsman.
Major League Baseball batter, a batsman, hits the pitch, hits the ball out of the park, and the park is the
Out of the fair territory.
out of fair territory, not into foul territory,
Not into foul territory.
but into fair territory. And fair territory is the territory that's in between the 2 white lines that go from home plate to first base and home plate to third base.
Yep, and goes to the foul
then
poles, and
goes-
inside that's the field of play.
And that's the field of play. And then they hit the ball far enough in the field of play to make it all the way around the bases. They go to first, second, third, and then home.
All of them.
And if they do that and the ball is still in play, it's called a infield home run. And if it's hit out of play within bounds, it's just a home run. And Pujols has done that 700 times
In his career.
That's pretty dope.
As a milestone.
You know what's
there's-
even crazier?
Huh.
Someone did the math of how much time in his life that was.
Okay. So for how much time that it took him to go from, because even though you hit it out of play, you know you got a home run, you have to run around the bases from home plate to first base to second base to third base to home plate, right? And how long did that take him to get around?
Averaged in about 20-something seconds.
Okay.
So that's 5 years of his, or not 5 years, 5 hours of his life. 5 full hours of him running the bases.
That's a long time to be running around bases.
Yeah.
That's wild. That is really neat.
So, like, just think of, like, that's so much time to just run in a circle. 5 full hours. And that's not that big of a circle.
That. That's just like running a 5K, dude.
well,
That takes some people 5 hours. Right?
It's long for me. I couldn't
Yeah.
do it.
I wonder how many miles that is.
I'll go run for 5 hours, I think. I mean, at Pujols' pace.
I mean, he wasn't running either at top speed. He was
No,
just
he was trotting.
Trotting.
Yeah, I'll trot for 5 hours.
Yeah. Wow.
Too hot to trot.
Another positive thing in baseball currently. I mean, these are relative positive things depending on
Your relatives and their perspectives.
who you're a fan of and stuff like that.
And your family.
But Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees,
Yes.
currently is at 60 home runs, and why is that? Anybody?
I think only 4 people have done
Why
that.
is that special?
Right? No. Something
That's
like
Babe
that.
Ruth's record.
60 home runs is Babe Ruth's record.
Oh, cool. So he's tied Babe Ruth. But some other
Yes.
people have done better than Babe Ruth too, though, right?
Yes,
Like-
in the National League.
Oh, only?
Only one person has done better than Babe Ruth in the American League.
Who's that?
I think it's let me look
Is
it up.
Roger Maris.
Roger Maris, yeah.
Okay.
Who is also a Yankee.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
So the top 3, if Judge hits 1 or 2 more home runs, will be in the American League, all 3 Yankees. But I don't consider the National League ones the actual leaders,
Because
even
why?
though they've all hit more than 61.
Because that's the doper dudes
Yep.
of the 2000s.
Can you name all 3?
So Bonds, McGuire, and Sosa.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
They've each done it multiple times, except I think Bond's only once.
That's the steroids. Did you say
Yeah.
that? I kind of
Yeah.
Steroid
Yeah.
era.
Steroid era. Roid era. That's cool to say. I mean, like the way it feels off my off my vocal cords.
We all know what that sound means, or what
do.
this jingle is. It's time for the
Buzz question of the week.
So this whole talk about breaking records, having and then some people having asterisks next to their names for breaking a record, but then they use steroids to do it. The question of the week this week is, and the way the question of the week works is that I ask a question, and then the other Hess answer the question with what they think is the right answer, and then they don't extrapolate why they think that's the right answer. We just move on to the next person to answer that question, and then we just move on to the next topic, right? The question of the week is, if everything was regulated and safe, should sports, baseball players, or maybe, sports in general, Should they be able to use steroids? Maybe not steroids specifically, but performance-enhancing drugs. C-dubs.
Yes.
Jameis.
What?
And that
If
was
it's regulated by doctors.
Fuzz question of the week.
that was our Fuzz question of the week. We can talk about that next week if we want. That might be a topic. We can do that with the Fuzz questions of the weeks, by the way, guys. If it's a very intriguing and you want to talk about it next week, it gives a like a foreshadowing or like a reason to the listeners to listen to next week. Like if you want
Are you
to.
sure it's foreshadowing? Or is it a red herring?
Or past shadowing.
Ooh.
Because the things we're talking about were in the past with the home run dudes.
Yeah. You guys ready?
Past.
Yep.
Shadow.
Are you ready for some football?
Monday Night Football just ended. And
Yeah, that was-
but we did not write down the scores.
New York Giants.
Dallas won.
Dallas
lost
won.
to the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay. Ooh, that's big.
Yeah, Dallas Cowboys.
So the Dallas Cowboys fans were not booing, I'm guessing.
I
But
mean,
the Giants fans were.
were they
'Cause it
booing?
was at Giants.
What were they booing about?
Losing.
Oh, that's it? Were they booing about other things?
The Cowboys have been.
They should just be happy they have 2 wins.
Do you get into something, or do you know something about the booing?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to figure
Are
out.
you?
You got some inside info?
Oh, the booing.
Yeah. Was it
Remember
ju-
the last couple weeks we've been talking about how the Cowboys fans have been kind of like shitty. It's like them, right?
Oh, was that the
And
Cowboys?
they were booing their quarterback for getting
Yes.
hurt again.
Hurtigan.
Yeah.
Hurtigan.
So the Cowboys won though, so we don't have to worry
Fourth-string
about
QB.
the players feeling bad about their fans being shitty.
Yet.
Not this week.
Not this week.
I don't know.
The Vikings won.
Oof.
28-24. Ooh,
That is wild.
they won. What are you talking about? Oof.
That is wild. You know,
Did anyone
I-
watch that game?
No, actually, it started to, and then a friend sent me a message asking if I wanted to go on a walk. So I went on a walk in nature.
That's a better idea.
It was really nice, actually.
Yeah.
Then we got back, and then right when I was walking into the door, I heard the neighbors yelling and screaming about something, and then I turned it on and saw that the Vikings had won.
That's wild.
Did
I
you-
tuned in
It was-
to the score at halftime, and it was like they didn't score yet, and they were losing to the Lions. And I'm like, who
yeah, that-
loses to the Detroit Lions?
Nobody.
Yeah,
Oh.
why would you want to lose to them? That's the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
If I was from Detroit, I would have this bit that talks about how Detroit people learn how to count. But since it's not my bit, and I haven't talked to the person that does that bit, I'm not going to share that bit with you.
And then
Don't
it
touch his
probably
bits.
ends with
Not
am
going
I
to touch
right?
his bits. He's definitely the person I don't want to touch his bits.
Am I right?
Because I respect that person a lot. And where was I? So Minnesota lost to Detroit. That doesn't
Won.
No, we won. Yeah, that's right. We won.
No,
I
but they
don't know
were
what I was talking
scoreless.
about.
They didn't
Okay.
have anything at the halftime, and they were down like 3 touchdowns,
Well,
right?
So
They had
How'd they do that?
the 2 double-digit deficits.
Yeah, how'd they do that?
and we came back. That's the first time. That sounds like that's something that's the first time that we've done since a certain year. And I saw an article that said that.
Yeah.
I saw that article.
Well, that's the first time that we've done that since like 1979 or something like that.
But yeah.
So
But
that's cool.
That just
if you
sounds like
watched the game, though, it was horrible.
that just sounds like
Yeah?
garbage time stat Cousins again though.
Yes. It
Man,
was Cousins time.
Cousins time.
I
Here
like
we
that.
go. Okay,
Yeah, I
we
like
got the
that.
win though.
C-Dubs, it sounds like you watched the game.
I did. I watched it with some neighbors who also happen to be from Minnesota,
Okay.
who live just down the street from me, which is weird, but I love it.
That's really neat.
Yeah. They saw the sticker on my car and were like, "Hey, you want to watch football?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's watch football."
C-Dubs, all the way out in California, has neighbors that are from Minnesota that he had no idea existed until this season.
Yeah, and they saw a sticker.
And saw a sticker. And what part of Minnesota are they from? Do you remember?
It's really about the power of stickers.
I don't remember now.
How long have they lived in L.A.?
a while.
Oh, good for them.
Yes.
Are they listening
they're
to us
older
right now?
Couple. They're really nice.
Well, shout outs to your neighbors. Maybe things. So the Vikings. Back to the Vikings.
Yes.
So what were you saying? I forgot. Already.
You're watching the show.
You're watching the game
Yeah. So
with your neighbors
Kirk
that are from Minnesota.
Kirk looked awful.
Yeah.
Like I didn't see Monday's game, but I guess he looked the same as he did at that game.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The only difference was at the end of this game, the Lions stopped playing football.
Yeah.
And Kirk started playing football.
He just waits till the other team is tired.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, now I'll try some stuff.
Because I hate to take
Adam,
away the win, but...
Adam, where are you? It's Cousins time. Adam, help me. Adam.
Well,
one defender got like 5 consecutive penalties for pass interference.
Oh, what did you say?
Not one after a row, but he got the 5 penalties that happened over time, and they were all the same guy.
You didn't get the
and all
message.
pass interference.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's really bad, and that's how we got down the field.
That's bad too.
And then
both
times
so you're
we
saying
scored.
You're stating first off, you're saying that Kirk got down the field by the defender creating a penalty.
Yes.
So the Lions got us down the field.
So the Lions got us down the field.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Or Kirk was being a smart quarterback and
he
targeting that defender that he knew was going to be doing a holding thing or something.
I think twice he wasn't even targeted during the play.
Oh.
He just bumped him within 5 yards.
Okay, well that my theory is kind of bunk there then.
Kirk is so good, he knows how to make the other team play against themselves.
But then
He's
the 2 touchdowns he had too were like, if you didn't get them, I'd be really mad because they were that open.
Yeah.
So I don't give him credit there either.
It's Cousins time, baby.
Yeah.
You're just along for the ride.
I'm disappointed in the win.
I'm
I'm very disappointed in the win.
Wow, and you're a Vikings fan.
I think so.
Well, you're a Vikings fan. You're not a Kirk fan,
Yes, correct.
right? And that that's
I don't like that.
yeah. I don't like. Jameis definitely
spreading.
doesn't like that. Yeah, we have a T-shirt.
We're going virus with that one. Yeah, baby.
Going virus with that one. Butt block. There's something something on the notes that says butt block.
This is what's going to take over Facebook?
Is that part of the
So-
Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, this is a new app you
No.
gotta get. You gotta download Butt Block.
I think we should save the butt block piece
Okay.
for maybe next week.
Oh, should we?
I think
Are we gonna
we
vote
might
on
have a
that?
better bit.
Okay.
FuzzJockers? FuzzJockers. Do you wanna wait?
Oh,
to get that?
I sent
Yeah, okay.
some future shadows.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah, the
That's
future
what you call it.
shadowings.
Foreshadowing.
5 shadowing.
Or is it table of contents?
Eye shadowing. Because he was winking. Did you see C-Dubs wink at us, Fuzzy? I think he was implying something.
There's also on the notes that says Sunday Night
By golly.
Football was the worst ever by the 49ers in Denver.
Yeah. So Sunday Night Football was awful. 2 football teams decided they didn't want to score, so they just started not scoring as much as possible.
Yeah?
And then I think it was the end of the game. There was a pick 6, and that was like the touchdown. I think there was like 2 other field goals. That was like the whole game.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the score was like 3-3?
It was like
6-6?
I think it was 6-3,
6-3?
and then
Man,
the touchdown was scored. Something like that. It was bad. It was really bad
Why did they do that?
because they suck.
Wow, they
The
should've-
Broncos are not as good as everyone thought they'd be with Russell Wilson,
What?
and Garoppolo is proving to be what everyone did think he was, a backup. Because he's only playing because the
man.
starter got hurt.
This is This is too much comeuppance.
It's yeah.
Are they allowed to have that much comeuppance in one game?
I don't know. It was
Russell
bad
Wilson,
though. I
though.
mean, it
So-
was considered
I
the
liked
worst.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I
Why-
do too, but
Oh, why
not
you gotta do
anymore.
that?
Is
Oh.
are you saying that Sunday Night Football is becoming the new Monday Night Football?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep.
So, I don't know
It's
if
new Monday Night Football.
I don't know if the FuzzJockers remember, but in past episodes, we talked extensively how Monday Night Football is the worst football, and we should so bad that it shouldn't exist.
Yeah, it stands for maddeningly numb football.
However, the last couple of games, Monday Night Football games, have been entertaining. Even though the Vikings lost that game, that was an entertaining game.
I think,
and what
Yeah, now it stands for much nice football.
a big reason why Monday Night Football has been doing a lot better is because the Mannings. Would you agree?
Yeah, Manning Night Football.
Manning
Yep.
Night Football happened. We're not sponsored, by the way, but it is a great. It's a great way to view the Monday Night Football. And what the Manning Football is that you watch football Monday Night Football on ESPN2 instead of ESPN1 or ABC. And the Mannings are watching Eli and Peyton, the two brothers, are watching football side by side in a teleconference style thing and commentating on being the commentators basically.
It's fun
I'd say
because
riffing.
But they're joking. They
Yeah.
joke a lot. They have guests on.
they're
They're
brothers.
not serious. They're brothers that were football players.
They're definitely
We're s-
related
They were both quarterbacks
with a perspective
that are retired,
on football.
and it's pretty good. I would suggest, and that's why the Monday Night Football has been a lot better. I would like to say that.
That's a great
That's
point.
probably why, right?
they also changed who the regular broadcasters are.
Why'd they do
They
that?
got Troy and Buck, who used to do the Sunday afternoon games, America's Game of the Week.
Okay.
Now they do Monday Night Football. They sign different contracts,
One of them
so people enjoy that too.
was interviewing Jimmy Kimmel, and it was Collinsworth, Chris Collinsworth.
Yeah.
And he goes at close to the end of the interview, he goes, so the real thing that I'm really wondering about here, that I really want to ask you, really like
To Jimmy Kimmel.
to Jimmy Kimmel, he's like,
It's like,
Chris Collinsworth's like, Jimmy Kimmel, I really want to know this.
I need the details.
And Jimmy's like, what? He's like, when you're in New York, can you try as hard as can you get Howard Stern out of the basement, out of his place? Can you please? And I'm sitting there like,
What's
you're
he doing in your
interviewing Jimmy
basement?
Kimmel and you're asking about Howard Stern. Like,
Is he locked in the basement? What's going
Yeah.
on?
Well, because of COVID, he's really trying to stay away from people.
No, leave him alone then.
Yeah, that too. But the thing that he really wanted to know, it didn't. All the other questions that he just interviewed Jimmy Kimmel for didn't matter. The one thing he wanted to know was, can he help get Howard Stern out of the basement?
Can he, though?
Well, I don't know.
Does Jimmy Kimmel have that
Jimmy's
power?
like, well, I guess I'm going to be on his show. I can ask, but
That's an awkward question.
they started talking about Howard Stern for a little bit. It was really weird. It was like, dude, when you're interviewing somebody, you don't ask about somebody else, do you?
You
Or is that
could.
how you?
Only if you're using them.
Oh man, it was.
If they're
He was
related.
just using them to get to Howard Stern.
Oh,
Maybe they're related.
Well, speaking of using,
He's got that relation perspective.
Speaking of using people, we went over it a little bit, but I kind of want to mention. I want to mention again the Brett Favre thing.
Oh boy.
So he's not a good person.
No, F this guy.
Awful.
It doesn't matter that what he did
Throw balls far.
did in football or anything now that he's done this. Like, so
Yeah.
what he and a couple other people, but from what it sounds like from the investigations that we've read, and this is all alleged still, right? Though
They have the text.
they have texts.
Yeah.
What the text? What does that mean?
Like the text messages where they're relaying the information to each other.
And who are they?
The governor
Of Mississippi.
of Mississippi and a few other political people and like Brett Favre himself directly texting the governor, talking about how it's illegal and he knows it.
And what is illegal was that they were taking $6 million out of the welfare fund for Mississippi. The welfare fund, like the fund for people that
Poor people, yeah.
that need it, right? That need food and shelter from mothers and kids, and used $6 million from the welfare fund and asking in text, "Are we sure that this is legal?" No, it's not. But don't worry, nobody's going to hear. Nobody's going to see this. To make a $8 million volleyball stadium for Brett Favre's daughter. And I say for Brett Favre's daughter because she's going to the university that they're making this volleyball stadium.
That's the reason they're doing it.
The only reason why this volleyball stadium exists is because Brett Favre's daughter goes to this school, and Brett Favre and the mayor or the governor of Mississippi took $6 million out of Mississippi's welfare fund. And
of an $8 million stadium.
While Mississippi residents are going through aspects of unclean water, a lot of people without housing, people that can't put food on their plates, mothers and kids on the streets, and Brett Favre, somebody that made millions of dollars working for way more than $8 million. I'm sure he's made more than $8 million, wouldn't you think? Yeah, playing football and then all the endorsements.
Oh yeah, he made way more.
They took
his Levi Wranglers deal was more.
He
than
took
that.
money away from people that need it,
and he wanted to make it cheaper by using prison labor. He was trying to find a way to use prison labor to cut costs because he wanted to use essentially slave labor.
That's wild. That's just horrible.
Yeah, he's a bad person.
Wild. That's horrible. He's a horrible, horrible person. He wanted to use slave labor to make
and steal from the poor.
And steal. Yeah. Use slave. This white man wanted to use slave labor and steal from the poor to create a volleyball stadium for his daughter
that he could afford.
Dude, if Pete Rose can't be in the record books, like Brett Favre has no place in any sports records.
Take him out.
Strike Brett Favre from the sports records.
Fucking cancel the motherfucker. Absolutely take him out of that.
I can't believe how little it's being talked about on regular media.
And that's why I wanted to bring it up again. You know,
yeah.
We don't usually bring up topics twice in a week unless we just kind of forget about it somehow. But this is something that I don't think that I didn't want to forget. This is something that I wanted to make sure that the FuzzJockers know about, because you're right. It doesn't seem like the regular media is really carrying the topic a whole lot. And I think it's because he's quote-unquote Brett Favre. He was so good in football. And
he's the gunslinger.
And, you know, the NFL can't be tarnished. You know, it's the NFL.
The tarnished NFL can't tarnish its reputation.
No, baseball can.
And it should. Baseball, go tarnish him.
You know? It's
Brett Favre sucks.
I mean, yeah. And there's no relative part of this at all. Like, it's just that he is a bad person. And he should go to jail or whatever. No, I don't know.
He should suffer consequences.
He should suffer some type of consequence. I don't know what that is. But he at least should feel bad about him, what he's done. And I just wanted to bring it back up because
I'm glad we did.
I want it to kind of just. I don't want it to be swept under the rug. Should we move on?
Let's do it.
FuzzJockRadio.
Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it! Yeah! Basketball, gimme the ball because I'm gonna dunk it!
FuzzJockRadio.
Since we are in
Some legal talkings.
and very serious talkings, another topic that I didn't want to just brush by, and we haven't brought it up, we haven't talked about it this season at all since last season. Brittany Greer, remember Brittany, the WNBA star, was out in Russia for the Olympics. And she, on her way back to the United States, when was the Olympics? That was a while ago. You remember when the Olympics were? Like the winter, it was the Winter Olympics, right?
Was that winter?
So like on the way back from the Winter Olympics, she was stopped and they found marijuana in Russia on her.
And she was detained.
Maybe it wasn't the Olympics.
No, it wasn't the Olympics.
It was.
She was playing in a different league.
But she was in Russia.
Yeah,
playing
she's in
a
Russia.
different league, and it was like right when the Ukraine stuff was happening. Not the Ukraine stuff was happening, but we're right when Russia started invading Ukraine.
Correct.
And she was stopped in the airport and was found to have 0.7 grams of vape cartridge of marijuana. And since then, she has been in jail awaiting her arraignment. And that's where we left off last season. And now, since then, she was found guilty of having marijuana on her and is still jailed in Russia and is now awaiting appeals. And the appeals have been filed, and now they're awaiting appeals. But right now, as of now, she is jailed in Russia, guilty for 9 years.
Ooh.
For less than a gram of marijuana. And I believe that Biden and everybody is working on getting her back. And
They're trying to do a prisoner swap.
And they're working on doing a prisoner swap right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's basically where we're at with that. I don't think there's any other more news other than that she did, since we haven't been here, she has pleaded guilty and is now sitting in jail in Russia for 9 years.
That's shitty.
Yeah.
It's super shitty too, because that could happen here in the U.S. where she lives. She could get in trouble in certain states for having less than a gram.
We hope that those negotiations can reach a point, and she can return here.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. You know, like, I don't know. We all
There's a lot to that.
Yeah, there's a lot to that. I believe we all feel the same way about weed and marijuana. I mean, I would like to have it. It would be great if it was legal, and then people that are in jail for the nonviolent crimes could be expunged and let out. People shouldn't be in jail anyway, in my mind, but that's another topic, and we're not a jail podcast.
Not yet.
Ugh. But you know, it's I'm sure it's strange in a lot of people's mind that the federal government is trying to get somebody out of jail, out of a different country, for a crime that is a crime in the current nation. You know, it's federally, it's absolutely illegal to have marijuana. And so why would they try to get somebody out of Russia that would be in jail for the same type of crime that they would be in jail for in the United States?
Proves we got to change our laws. Yeah, I think we got to change our laws.
I don't know.
Because we're just as bad as them in some senses. And it's relative.
Relatively. There's a lot going on there, right?
Yeah.
But bottom line, I think that she should be out of jail and she should be back in the United States, and then we should do as much as we can in our power to get her back.
Yes.
The Wolves are starting practice tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm excited for that.
Can we go?
Can we go?
I want to shoot around hoops with the Wolves.
Actually, this Saturday, I have tickets to go to the meet and greet, the fans meet and greet.
Oh, tight.
I'm going up there with a couple friends, and hopefully, possibly J-Mez can go. I haven't asked. I did ask, but I haven't got a confirmation or a yay or a nay yet. I'm not gonna put him on the spot right now on the live radio if he is gonna go or not.
Man.
But that's this Saturday. It is the Timberwolves Fan Fest, and I bet we will be able to get to see the new jerseys.
Nice.
Oh, I said that right.
Northern Lights.
Have you seen the new jerseys?
No.
No?
This is all so exciting for me.
I bet the Fan Fest we'll be able to get to see them.
Oh, yeah. I bet they'll be everywhere.
C-Dubs, have you seen the new jerseys?
I have.
You haven't? What do they look like? You want to explain?
They're Northern Lights themed. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's like it's the colors.
They got some Northern Lights on there?
It's an Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis themed.
Ooh, that
Aurora
sounds really
Borealis?
cool. I like that idea a lot.
I love it. I can see it now in my mind's eye. You ever do that?
That's gonna be a lot of fun. The future of the Timberwolves.
Where's that? Is that
is very bright
up in the
cities?
Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
If they have an Aurora Borealis jersey in large, you should get one for this guy.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. See if you could borrow it for a minute, and if they have a photocopy machine nearby, so that you could like get a picture.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a color photocopier.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you would not get the full Borealis effect.
Yeah. Along with so LeBron's not coming to the Timberwolves because he doesn't like Aurora Borealises, but he did. He
likes Pat Bev.
Yeah, he took
He's
Pat
like,
Bev
Pat
from
Bev,
us.
we need your help.
He took Pat Bev from us.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Show us how that postseason.
So we were
works.
almost right last season when we were talking about
the wires got crossed.
Yeah,
we just got confused.
We thought that LeBron was going to come here, but actually Pat Bev was going there.
Yeah. Just make sure when you tap a phone, you tap it all the way.
Yeah. But the future looks bright with Rudy Gobert, and Karl Anthony Towns, and D'Lo, and Anthony Edwards.
Rudy Gobert was just playing in some international.
He plays a lot of international ball.
Yeah, he was representing France in some contest or tournament internationally. I am just remembering that I saw a headline about that, but I'm excited for this guy.
I don't think I'm really excited for him too.
He's gonna fit so good.
I don't think that a lot of people realize that basketball players in the off season don't just sit around and work out here or there and just do whatever. They are still playing basketball. Like they'll go over to Europe, like James was just saying, and we'll play play in a league
Yeah,
and play in the European League, and the European League is just as competitive as the NBA, which is really neat. That's something different compared to like the NFL and other sports leagues. I think that the NBA is really good at acknowledging other leagues and being like, "Yo, like there's other leagues, and we'll cross play with our different players and kind of do the like the forbidden door type
Forbidden
of thing."
door.
Whereas like MLB and the NFL are like, "Oh, we are the best, or possibly the only league that plays this sport," you know.
Yeah, because NBA, soccer, and hockey, they play all year.
Yeah,
They don't stop.
Soccer, I suppose soccer is a lot like that, where they're like, yeah, there's a lot of different leagues in soccer.
Oh yeah,
Um,
tournaments, friendlies, a lot of gameplay.
man, relative.
I feel like there's something where like if you just like make a new sport and then call it the same thing as a different sport everywhere else, that everywhere else it might be a little reticent to pick up on your sport. Kind of football-y,
You mean American football?
Yeah, and just like, yeah, we just copy their name.
Gridiron football.
And I suppose the NHL too. They play all
They play
all
hockey
year.
forever. 24 hours.
What is slashing?
Slashing is like that,
How many?
Yeah.
How many
And it
leagues?
never stops.
How many leagues do you think there are in hockey?
The AHL, that's the American Hockey League. There's a Canadian Hockey League, minor league, NHL, regular NHL, Russian leagues.
And then NHL. Did you say that one already?
Yeah.
And then in the NHL, we have a Minnesota team called the Wild, and they just won their first preseason game against 3-2 against the Avals. I like to call the Avalanche the Avals.
The Avals?
Yeah, the Avalanche. Some people
I call them the Lanch.
Some people call them the Lanch. Some people call them the Avalanche. Some people call them Colorado.
No, the
I
cool
call
thing
the Avals.
is this
That's
is what you do.
my name for them.
This is
Avals.
what you do. The Valiant.
Okay.
That's a cool one.
But do we want them to be cool though?
Valen.
Valen. The Valens.
Yeah.
The
Sounds
Wild
like they're
won
villains. You see?
their first preseason game against the Avals.
Nice.
And then the season starts October 13th.
That's coming up.
It is coming up.
Yeah, it's a couple weeks
like
away.
next week. 2 weeks? 3 weeks, maybe?
2 weeks.
Oh my goodness.
Couple. Yeah.
Oh man, so
Yeah.
much.
So
Are you going to go to hockey too?
Yeah.
we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be fun. I've never been to a NHL hockey game.
No, I would
You
go
should go to
though.
a Wild game at the XL.
Yeah, I went to the
It's
XL
awesome.
once, and it was like this band was there, and I was like, "What? This ain't hockey."
So FuzzJockers, if you want to go to your first hockey game with us,
Yeah, give us a call.
There's no phone number.
Give us an
Email
email.
us at fuzzjockradio@gmail.com.
And J-Mez will respond
J-Mez will respond.
Letters in bottles.
immediately.
We do check the emails.
I'm always searching
Actually,
the shorelines
okay.
for letters in bottles.
Okay,
from
I'm gonna
FuzzJockers.
step away from this bit for a second.
Why?
Because I do want to address the FuzzJockers.
Hello.
We need somebody to email us. FuzzJockRadio@gmail.com. Please, like as in we haven't gotten any emails from anybody.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna put it out right out there. I thought about this before, and now that I'm remembering it, I'm gonna say that I'm telling you the truth. And with that information, I need you to correspond with us. I know that you're out there. There's some of you that are listening. Some of you aren't probably listening when you're listening, but you might be not listening. But at the same time, email us. FuzzJockRadio@gmail.com.
Yeah, Gmail.
And
us.
what I want for you to do is to send us a picture for J-Mez to look at.
Well, I mean,
J-Mez likes pictures.
I read words.
Safe for work.
Yeah.
And then
please.
He does, yeah,
Oh,
safe
boy.
for work. But send us pictures for Jameis to look at, and then
If you got some puns,
send us some words.
I love puns.
Ooh.
And then the big thing is
Gmail me some puns.
the big thing is
Go on.
is to actually do it. Don't think, oh,
Gmail me
some
some
other
puns.
FuzzJocker will make sure that they email, but they won't, because then they will think that somebody else should email, and then they will think that somebody else will email, and then eventually nobody will email. As in, I'm just telling you right now. The email is FuzzJockRadio@gmail.com. Send a couple pictures. You can draw them. You can take them. Whatever.
Send a palindrome.
A palindrome, maybe. Not.
I know all the palindromes.
Whatever.
I don't need any more.
Actually, whatever you want. It could just say hi. You know.
It's not a palindrome. It's fine.
And I won't read your name off. Over the radio. I won't give out your information. I just want some correspondence, and let us know how we're doing. You know.
Fuzzy wants some Gmails.
I would like.
How are we driving?
I would like a mail, and then I'll while you're at it, maybe if you want, there are brand new hoodies and T-shirts on the FuzzJockShop.com. Where that's FuzzTalkShop.com and FuzzJockShop.com will take you to the same place. It's the shop, the web store for Fuzz Talk Radio and FuzzJock Radio and all the rest. And if you buy a T-shirt, that money goes straight to us, and then we can improve the product that you're listening to. And with that is our only break for the night. And we are on other topics. I don't have a button for other topics.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
I do?
What? Buttons.
No, I
Oh,
don't.
buttons.
When I say I don't, I
These
don't.
buttons are for other topics.
See, you just pushed it.
Dude, when'd you record that?
Blind refs.
Nice.
Blind refs. You should record that. Other topics though. Chess cheaters.
It's a big one.
Chess cheaters. Oh yeah. Chess cheaters. There was big news. In the chess world, and C-Dubs wanted
It's
to
just big news in the world.
in the world. Yeah, I suppose that that C-Dubs brought up. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that
Chess is
C-Dubs,
big news in the world.
C-Dubs is the one that wanted to talk about this big news that we haven't talked about yet in the chess world.
This is what it's all coming down to.
What's going on, C-Dubs, in the chess world?
I'm also the one who knows the least about it.
Well, you don't need to.
But it sounds like one player has accused another of cheating and did it during a game and resigned after making one move.
Okay.
So they basically started a game which had commentators. So they were live streaming.
Yep. And
they made one move, and then they resigned. And they turned off their camera, and they never came back.
Oh, wow.
And it was out of protest.
And do you know who the player that resigned was?
I don't. Do you?
You don't. Okay.
Magnus. Oh, I read up on this one. Magnus Carlsen.
Okay.
Who several-time champion, grandmaster, and his opponent, Niemann.
Hans
Niemann.
Mm-hmm. So
the champion lost to Hans Niemann.
Magnus Carlsen is the champion, and he's been champion of chess for multiple years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
he's the name that's synonymous with chess.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you think of chess, you think of Magnus Carlsen. And
absolutely.
Okay. And so he just recently, his most recent game was against Hans Niemann. And here's an audio clip of what happened.
Is d4 because this is his main move. d4, knight f6, c4. Yeah, definitely. And what? No.
What happened? What?
No.
and his video just disappeared. So this is over Zoom.
What happened? That's it?
Or Team Meet.
We're gonna try and get an update on this. Magnus Carlsen just resigned, got up and left, switched off his camera, and that's all we know right now.
Wow.
Wow was right.
Speechless, yeah?
So what happened was that Magnus, the champion, was playing against Hans, and he had played on the third move. He just turned off his camera. This was all over team meeting, like a Zoom type of thing, and he just turned off his camera and quit and resigned. And then the Hans Niemann camera just turned off too. And what happened was that Magnus was making a protest. He didn't want to play against this guy because he said that Hans had cheated in their prior match.
Yes.
Which Hans had beat Magnus.
Yes.
Hans beat an unranked chess player that went quickly through the ranks, beat the champion that's synonymous with chess.
Yeah.
And Hans is like, or Magnus is like, no, Hans, you fucking cheated when you beat me.
Why did he agree to even?
Because he was going to do a rematch. They were going to do a rematch.
Yeah, and he's like, I think he had a comment of saying like, I'll. He was on board with like redoing other matches of that tournament, but like not this one with this guy.
So yeah, so Hans, he won a match prior to this one that Magnus just quit, and there is a lot of people saying that Hans cheated to beat Magnus. There is no official.
No public evidence of cheating has thus far come out.
Okay. And so
but this guy has some history with cheating, does he? It looks like he is banned from the world's largest online chess platform.
Because on his Twitch he had made a statement about how there's a possibility he had cheated in the past. And the reason why, there's a lot of speculation going on.
Okay.
The reason why he cheated and got away with it this time, and the reason why... Okay. Well, hold on. Did any of you see how there was different ways on how to cheat in chess?
Oh, I looked into that, and I was like, how do they do this?
Did you read it, or so explain a couple?
I think like one of the main things with online chess that they would see that made sense to me was just like a kind of a calculator program on your computer.
Okay. Do you know how they cheat in person?
Then there's this other thing talking about a shoe computer. Is that what you're getting at?
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's why I said this is the one that I understood is like this program on your computer. It's a calculator for calculating best moves.
Mm-hmm.
And then otherwise you get a shoe computer. I'm like, why would?
Okay,
chess players have
the audience, what's a shoe computer?
So do you know what it's doing?
I'm trying to understand.
Okay, so right now you're reading it and trying to. Okay, so what a shoe computer, what James is trying to get to is that it will make a quick little impulse into the person's toe to tell them what type of move and where to move is what I basically I understand is that it is like a pinprick or like it's like a electrical impulse that the player will be able to interpret to know what play the computer is calculating to play next, right?
Okay.
Is basically the bottom line. Jump forward to this guy. This guy at one point said, I will play naked to show that I didn't cheat. Why would he say that? Think about and then think about technology nowadays.
I think I know.
There's speculation, and then what advice say? We're not.
Oh man, if they got shoe computers, they definitely got butt computers.
Yes.
Whoa.
That's the speculation. Is that he was cheating by having a vibrating butt plug.
That's genius.
Nice.
Awful, but genius.
Right?
Awful to cheat, but genius.
As a butt computer.
And so with that,
It's like a shoe computer for your butt.
You know, I'm guessing Magnus's idea is that if you're a cheater once, you're going to be a cheater again, right? And so why even have a rematch? So since a rematch was created, why not just protest it? Right? That's what I'm guessing that the guy's doing. But yeah, the big story. What was your big story, C-Dubs? Why you wanted to play this or to talk about this?
The commentator bit was just funny to me that they had commentators live being like, "We don't know what's happening."
So Charles wanted to talk about this because he didn't realize that there was.
I didn't know there was a butt computer
for big chess tournaments. When the big story was that this is all about a butt computer.
Well,
genius.
Yeah. So
I want a butt computer.
So that's where we're at. Where are we here?
Oh man.
You know what time I think it is?
Oh, wait. How does this song go again?
I know.
Oh, yeah. Memory. Trivia.
This is when I ask the Hess a question, and they answer with the correct question. Unlike, I just spilled a bunch of water.
The score is 2-3 to 3.
The score is 2-3 to 3. No.
Impossible.
No, it's 2-2 to 3.
No, I got a point last week.
Oh, help!
I did.
I gotta clean this up real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, but Jesse's points count towards me.
No, they're guest points. He wanted his own points.
What?
Because he was like, no, I'm going to play for me. And
fine.
That's what he did. He played for him. I mean, I don't know.
I should at least get a half point.
I wouldn't want to be the guy that's like, I'm going to take, J Moses points. You know? You want to be that guy? That's what I'm saying. That's the way it goes.
Okay,
I
so
just want points.
So what J-Mos is trying to say is that J-Mos has the Hess have their own points, and J-Mos has 3 points, and you two have 2 points. That's what
but I'm a Hess. I want the
Allegedly.
Hess points.
Well, he's a Hess.
I have an alleged point.
We could split them. 1.5 points each.
Okay.
That's what I think we should do. What do you say to that? Hess points?
Okay.
We'll split them. Half points.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Bring it back. Just kidding.
Oh, man.
No half points.
Oh,
I know that we can't have them.
No, yeah, whatever.
We got so many points.
Half points are very dangerous in here.
No half points. Okay, so. Oh man, I don't know.
I'm ready.
Are you guys ready?
There's so much.
I'm ready for trivia.
I've been.
I do
not have any. I do not have any.
This is FuzzJockRadio.
No, not all the way there.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory. Trivia.
This is a fuzzy memory trivia, and this is when I ask the Hess a question, and then they answer with the correct answer. And they collect points while they are answering the answers correctly. If they answer the answers incorrectly, then they don't get any points. There are no negative points, no half points, just positive points, because we are a very positive podcast about sports, right? That's how this goes. Go ahead and yell out the answer. No need to chime in No need to wait for the other person to say their answer first. Just if you know the answer, just yell it. Which type? Oh, and then the points are currently 2-2-3. C-Dubs 2, JMS 2, J-Mo's 3 points. And that's correct. This season, anytime we have a new Hest, they'll get their own points. Which type of football is another term for soccer?
What?
Field hockey?
Incorrect. Association football.
Oh yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
It's another term for soccer.
That's wild.
Oh.
Who won the first 2 FIFA Women's World Player of the Year awards?
Serena Williams.
Incorrect. Mia Hamm.
Oh, yeah, I remember her.
What was the fastest goal in World Cup history?
3 seconds.
10.8 seconds.
Oh.
What is the only country to have played in every single soccer World Cup?
Argentina.
Brazil is correct. C-Dubs is correct. 3 points, C-Dubs. What do the rings in the Olympics represent?
Continents.
Correct. 4 points, C-Dubs. What sport is called the sport of kings?
Polio. I mean, polo. Polo.
Judges? Yeah, we'll take that. Polo. Which MLB player was better known as the Bambino?
Bo Jackson.
Incorrect. Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth.
Yeah, that's debatable.
Which NFL team has a lightning bolt on the player's helmet?
Chargers.
Correct. What city are they from?
San Diego.
Incorrect.
Los Angeles.
You don't get it because he already said it and I already said incorrect. So, how many points do you have, C-Dubs? 5?
6.
6. Jeez, we're going to stop this one.
Oh, wait. How does this song go again? Oh, yeah. Memory.
So, we are now 6-3-2, right? Is that right?
Sounds right.
What's up, James?
Yes.
What?
I don't know.
You all right
some
over there?
shenanigans involved with these points here.
I don't know.
I don't think Bo Jackson was the great
a reformation.
C-Dubs is not the one that said...
A referendum.
What? A referendum? What are you talking about?
Oh, JMS just turned off his camera.
Oh, man.
Do you think that C-Dubs is getting
Dude,
butt
you
plug
got answers in your butt computer.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Dang it. That's why you didn't want to talk about butt block till next week. He's like, "Oh, it's my secret weapon."
No, okay. Let's
rewind.
Enough about butt plugs.
Never.
We're
no.
Oh boy. We are here, looking around,
live,
and communicating, and we're at the end of the episode.
We did it.
We did do it. How? And at the end of the episode, I'd like to bring up: is there anything that we didn't talk about that you guys want to talk about? Anything, guys?
Congratulations to John Moxley.
Oh, hey, what? Yeah, happy birthday,
World
John
champion.
Moxley.
Yeah.
Congratulations to
did
Chris
it.
Jericho.
Yeah.
World champion.
Oh yeah.
Does not have any losers in our group.
They're not part of the elite, but they're not losers. John Moxley and Jericho, that is.
They're winners.
Yeah.
Good
they are
job.
Winners. James, anything else?
No, you got nothing.
Okay. Well, that brings us to the end of the episode, guys. You guys got anything going on coming up that you're looking forward to for the next week or anything like that? You don't have to say anything real if you want. If you want to just bring it, make things up, you can. But what's going on?
Well, I've been a guy with a lot of plans lately, and I'm trying to not have plans for at least a day or two.
Okay.
And hopefully that works out.
And C-Dubs?
I want that too.
Okay.
It's been so many plans.
How about you, Fuzz?
A lot to get to.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
You want to know what I got going on this next week?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to probably do some fuzzy things and fuzzy stuff, relatively to the other fuzzy things and stuff that I've done last week.
FuzzJockRadio.
I do think we actually swung the bats pretty decently. We hit some balls good. Caleb gets his first home run, which is a pretty sweet. I thought we had good at bats.
I think there's a lot to come, a lot to be taken out of this game positive. In addition to a lot of things we can do better.
We're gonna talk about that. Real like hockey questions, right?
Yeah, of course.
FuzzJockRadio.
We're done.